So in Voyant, what we'll do is explore the text. Then we'll use something called Spyral notebooks to record our exploration of the text for an outside audience, for another researcher, for an educated general audience. We'll record what we're doing and why we're doing it and what our insights are about it. So here's the easy way to do that. You don't have to go to the Spyral website, but you could. I have it linked right here. You could go to Spyral. But once you find the one you're really happy with, let's say I really like this one, I can go up here and see this export button. I click that. Now I want to export the tools and data. See, it's this middle one. So I click the arrow to open the accordion area. I go to this third radio button, a new Spyral notebook from this tool and data. Click that. Click export. Now, during this process, do not close this. You'll keep using it, okay? Keep it open because you have a special thing right there from Redux. So now let's look at Spyral. So you've looked at how to use Redux. You've looked at how to explore text in Voyant. Now we're going to look at how do I work on that text. So here's Spyral Notebook. We're first going to kind of look at how this notebook works. And if you're in a discipline that uses Jupyter notebooks, this is accomplishing the same thing, where you go between coding, programming, and text. So it's a combination of providing code that can be run by a reader and your own essayistic analysis of what you're doing. This is called literate programming. And the idea is you don't want just code that no one can understand if they aren't part of the same either discipline or have the same coding languages. You want to have explanations. So the first thing you'll do is you'll rename this. Whatever you want to call your wonderful project. You'll put your name and authors. This is that metadata part. You'll add some keywords. So maybe I'm adding tutorial because I'm showing you how to do this. But maybe I want Methodism because it has a religion and literature aspect. Maybe I want to have tobacco. Get 2 to 3 keywords that could be related to where you do future research on this, the kind of keywords you might have in a larger project. Give a description that will make sense to an outside audience of what you're trying to do. You might want to write this last, thinking about what your insights are from this, what text you're analyzing. Then you want to choose a license because this is practicing public facing, and this you won't be sharing this with anyone, but this is on the web. It could be visible to someone if you gave out your link. I suggest thinking about one of the Creative Commons ones. And in the assignment, there's a link to find out what all these do. Then language, you just want to choose English for it. This relates to accessibility for your project. Metadata can be very important for both you as a researcher, as you're trying to find things, but also you as a researcher as you're making your own work searchable. So that would be the first part. Make sure that you have that filled in. Then at the end, you might want to have a little sentence here explaining what this is all about, welcoming people to it. I want to show you, so we have 2 different coding blocks. There's text coding blocks, which is a rich text editor. You can do anything you'd like as far as bold, block quotes, changing colors, changing styles, things like that, and a coding editor. Now, the way this is designed is that when you make a new one, it alternates, and that's what this plus sign is here. So if I want a new one, it's a text one. If I want a new one after that, it's a code one. If you hold Shift and press this button, you'll get the same one. And I can always delete, and I can always move them around. So we have right now, if I click here, this is what I brought up. It's loading the corpus, and it's just been imported. What the assignment requires is that you enter metadata. You then load the tool reader. I'll show you what the tool reader is in a moment. And that you have your visualization and that you have the summary area. You don't have to write any of this. If you want to, you can, where you have the promise being made, the tool being used, and then how that tool is being used. But don't think you have to learn any of this language. We're going to export it all the way through. So here's the one that will be your final one in this group. What we'll need to do is I'm going to do Shift, and I'm going to add another coding cell and another one. And I'm going to put this down a few. Oops. There we go. And then I'm going to add a new cell. Remember, it alternates. Add a new cell. And by the way, when you're in the cell, you can always run the script to see if it works. And so let's say we want to go back to look at the project. And what you have to do is we've done the metadata. Wonderful, that's done. You have your visualization in there. Now we need to bring these two. So how do I import the entire corpus? I could copy this into there and then change this middle part to what I see right here. See the highlighted part? But here's an easier way to do it. See, you're bringing in this one right here. This is the reader. I can just go ahead, export it, click there, a new Spyral notebook. And then what I do, I can just copy this. I can close that, go ahead and leave it, and keep yours open. And then put that in here and run it. Now the reader's available. So it can be as simple as that. Now, you can look up, there are different tutorials on this, but for this project, it's just more of an experience of how this textual analysis works. How can I make it clear for an outside audience? And so then in this part, what I'm wanting to do, once I have the reader in there, here I want to explain what this text is and say, why did I select it? Because you're doing an important hermeneutical, important interpretive work as you're going through Redux and searching. Make that clear. Why did this interest you? And that'll be the first part. Then for the next one, I need to add that summary page. That's this one right here, which it gives you most frequent words, average words, things like that. Again, I can just export it. Export view, the new Spyral notebook, and I can just copy that. I can close this one so it gets out of my way. Go back to where my main space is, paste that. Remember the play button runs the script. Always do that to make sure that it's working. And what you want to do then is have one fact that you find interesting from this. It could be, if we look back, it could be that, are you seeing a correlation here between how there's some gender dynamics happening here, where it's speaking to men and young men possibly. And you can look through the correlation between life and smoking. How is that happening? Is that life's at risk because it's anti-smoking tract? Give us something interesting from this area. Then once those two are done, go down to that first one you brought in, the one where you really liked it, and see why is that interesting. Make a claim about it. This is going to be the part you write the most in here, where it has to be a substantive paragraph where you make a claim using your visualization as evidence. And so what you want to do is then go through and have a paragraph that says what you're interpreting from this. And here's an example. This is with Daniel Duranda, and it's looking at how are Deronda and Gwendolyn, how do those relate? And in this kind of project, what I would probably do is write about how they're seen as two separate novels linked by the theology of the Shema. So something like that. And so this is kind of a different example because I have close reading experience of the text. You will only have distant reading experience of the text. So go ahead and just see what you can make of it. Practice with distant reading and see what you come up with. So let's say now you've gone through all of this, you have all of your information, and you want to now save it. Because remember, don't close anything yet. You might still need this. And so this cloud is where you want to save it. Click the cloud icon. Save as. This access code, you want to keep that. I'm going to copy it. Hit save. Okay, you now have a unique URL. You want to copy that too. What you want to send to me is this URL is what you're turning in. So go ahead and have fun with the textual analysis. See what you can discover that's different than a close reading. And I look forward to seeing all of your projects.